way slipperier.
It always ends up being slipperier, actually.
Yeah, it really is. You know, when you're looking
Especially
at
when
it,
it's
you're
wet.
like,
Yeah.
yes, you're like, it's wet, but it can't be like that slippery. But no,
It can't
it was.
be. It is.
It was.
Sometimes
sneak
you don't
up on
think
you
it
if you're not
do,
careful.
but it is. Yeah.
Exactly.
What?
Oh God, are we live?
Yes.
Oh jeez.
This whole time.
NerdHaus show is live.
Oh, NerdHaus show is live, and Kitty Cat.
And we have a viewer.
Who?
Is it me?
Oh,
Is it
I-
you?
No, it's Lil.
Is
No.
Lil? Oh yeah. Hi, Lil. Dargons. I hopped on during a convo about slippery and wet, and I don't know what it's about.
Yes, you do.
I was here for the whole thing, and I
Yeah.
also
We do.
don't know what it's about. I don't know what the homies are talking about.
He's choosing to feign ignorance.
I wasn't paying attention. My cat was,
Actually
you know,
started the
mooing at me.
conversation.
It was actually Matt's conversation. That's right.
Was
Yeah.
and he said,
And I
Maybe.
says it.
All right. Should I turn on the? Should turn on the maps, right? We're doing this thing. We're professionals.
yeah.
Oh, professionals get paid.
We're pro bono professionals.
"Oh, thank God."
That means that we have the money to
rolled my
kill.
D20. I rolled my
That doesn't count.
D20.
I didn't ask for it yet.
That's too bad. I'm keeping that one.
Nope, that's not how that works.
Yeah, it does.
Mm-mm.
Not getting advantage on the initiative check
Nope.
or whatever this is.
You get nothing, and you'll like it. Okay, guys, who's ready to play some games? You guys wanna play some
Dungeons and
games?
Dragons.
couple.
Dungeon House of
Games.
Dargons. Homies.
What's tonight? What's the name of tonight?
It's episode 14.
Let's go.
We've done
Episode 14, Orcapalooza.
Orcapalooza is that's today's episode title?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Oh, I don't know what to title it because it hasn't happened yet.
Guess we'll find out.
We will. We will. Welcome,
Okay.
everybody.
I've been excited to play this game since we didn't play last week, and I've been itching to kill you guys. So
Aaron's gonna kill us.
Ooh.
it's time, right? Like
Let's
it's
kill
time.
some beloved characters.
Let's do the thing that we meant to do. I need to. You know what? I'm gonna watch your stream just so I can see what other people see.
Viewers.
Do you see what I see?
I do now.
Navi.
I had to mute us because I was hearing us twice.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is.
don't do
It
that.
would be doubled up.
All right, we can see each other now. Wonderful.
Next time. Never mind. I was gonna
Let's
say.
go
other things.
ahead and roll for recap.
Roll for recap, including Garrett.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. 9.
Oh,
Roll to everyone. Not gonna need my memory today.
Not gonna lie, I'm really glad Rook. Yeah, I'm like, thank you, Rook, because that
So,
9 still would have won.
what's your roll, Garrett?
9.
No, that was a test roll.
Oh, thank God.
Just to make sure that the internet worked.
Okay, it's still Rook. Still Rook.
All right, Rook, the one who was not sure if they were feeling the best, who we said before he joined, don't worry, he doesn't talk much. Anyway,
Kids talking.
Gets to talk.
Well, last time on House of Dargons, the party left the Stonehill Inn. There was a commotion going on outside near Barthen's Provisions. We came to notice there was some commotion going on with a horse. Dwight ended up casting a healing spell on the horse. And turns out, small world, that horse happens to be from Butterskull Ranch. Now, as fate would have it, this ranch was actually attacked by orcs, and there is a man there, I believe, name of Bjorn, who was the sole survivor of that attack. So the party makes a plan to head out to Butterskull Ranch to see what's going on out there. So it's about a 3-day journey. So the party sets off. The first day goes off without a hitch. Second morning, however, we came across quite a startling scene. Wolves were attacking some horses. The gang was able to dispatch these wolves. Dwight ended up using his powers of animal friendship to wrangle the horses after that fact, or at least one of them. And we noticed that there are 3 letters written on the saddlebags, letters BAK. So we mount up on the horses and we arrive in the town, I believe it was Connieberry, where the Butterskull Ranch is located. At which point we locate some shelter and we take a good long rest, and that's where we find ourselves now.
Good job, Rook. I should say
Well,
Dwight.
thank you.
Excellent work. I give that a solid 6 check marks out of a possible question mark. I think you deserve a D6
Why, thank
for
you.
your efforts.
Kind of like
Good
those-
job, Rook.
That's right. It's kind of like I just note whenever you make it's almost like you ever watch the show Around the Horn, and like he just gives arbitrary points whenever he thinks he makes. Yeah, right.
Did you know they canceled that show?
Did they really?
Did.
I'm really upset about it.
When did they do that?
Sad.
Very recently.
Oh,
But that's kind of how I do the recaps. Like if you get enough blips, you get depending on how many blips you get, that's the size of your inspiration dice. So
blip, blip, blip.
Rook, take that D6. You get to use it whenever you want for whatever you want, anytime you make a roll for anything.
Yes.
Let's bring it in, guys. As you all awake, some of you already being up for your second portion of the
Double up.
watch, but as everyone comes to rouse, you find morning light trickling in through the cracks in the roof and the walls. Some of you heard distinct sounds in the night, but whatever it was, didn't seem to happen in the second part. It's a calm morning. The day is yours. What are you doing?
I'm going to
My
pick up
best.
my cattle trops. Yeah, my best. I'll pick up some cattle trops. Go ahead
Alright.
and
My best.
pick those up. That way we can walk through this door without anyone getting a pokey.
Cool. Makes sense.
And then as I'm there, I'm going to just go ahead and look out, see if I see anything outside. Is there anything?
You looking for people or you looking for clues?
Just looking for any sort of. Is there anybody, anything? Is there anything out here that could raise an alarm?
At a quick glance, no, but you can if you're looking for people, you can make a perception check. If you're looking for signs of what was last night, you can make an investigation check. It's your choice.
I'm going to look for people first.
Okay.
Is there anybody,
Yeah, you
anything
kind of-
out here?
Yeah, you take a look out. You give it a listen. You kind of clear your mind of thoughts to take in your surroundings as well as you can. And no, you don't hear any people.
That's good enough for now. I just wanted to make sure there's no immediate threats.
Yep.
I'm gonna try and look around. I'm also gonna look around for any sort of like horse. You said it's kind of like a rundown building, but there's a couple other buildings too, right?
Yeah, there's like buildings next door and around it. It's like, in buildings is maybe a wrong term. You
Ruins?
you probably found one of the better buildings in the area
Okay.
that actually still has a roof. A lot of them are more just.
I'm just gonna look for any patches of tall weeds that I can grab some just weeds for the horses, just a little bit of food.
Yeah, there's not too much really in the heart of town. There's some grasses, some crab grasses, some dried out stuff. It's kind of more. It's not really.
Not really farmland. It's just
No,
cobblestone with
it's more
grass.
dust and stone here than it is anything else. You'll be able to find some some long grass out in the outside of town, but not so much inside.
Okay. Well, then in that case, after I look out, see nothing, hear nothing, I'm just gonna go, saddle up the horse, kind of deal.
As you do. Yep. You take your time to resaddle. Hey, as everyone's gonna saddle their horses, don't you guys make animal handling checks for the day just to see how receptive these animals are? I'm particularly excited to see how well Bill does today.
Oh, for animal handling?
Animal
Yes.
+5 on the animal handling check. That's
handling. Ooh, my
good.
horse don't like me today.
Yeah.
Look at
Okay.
my
All right.
horse, Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
You know what? It's in general it's okay. I'll allow it.
My horse is indifferent.
Your horse specifically is still kind of, if horses could laugh, right? Still kind of giving a chuckle to the fact that he refused to eat your oats, but instead ate them off the ground.
I will not eat them out of your hand. I will eat them off the ground.
Pete, your horse knows you well enough. I mean, I think it's okay.
Okay. He's just
Easy enough. You guys get your stuff on your horses, and you can take off. Now, you continue back on your way through the town again as you go. Make perception checks, a lot of you,
The lot of you.
A lot of ya.
perception.
as you begin riding through this ruined town.
Ooh. I may be angry, but I am observant.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good. You guys are all doing pretty good on these rolls. So you as you go through town, you notice that again, most of the buildings there are just that, ruins. You see a couple of nice houses here and there. You do pass a couple of spots that you see like old, extinguished fire pits. Looks like people have camped out here before. You see no signs of active individuals though as you continue through. Just signs of past campers. As you guys head out of town, who's going to be taking lead?
Well, I'm not doing it.
I'll take lead. I'll take lead.
Cowboy Pete's in the lead.
Yeah.
All right.
I go get my cowboy hat.
Roll me a d20, please. 3.
And that's
this.
where Pete goes to die. Thank you.
Oh, who knows what it is? This roll
You
is
stepped
for.
on a python.
Stepped on a cattle trap that I forgot to pick up.
Okay. Make. Sorry, I'm going to just use your perception checks.
Stepped on a rake.
And
And that rake had a nail on the other end.
Pete and Bill,
yes.
you notice as you guys are observing the ruins and approaching the edge of where the ruins are. There's a number of buildings nearby, a number of abandoned spots. Not so many have roofs in them, but there are roofs on them. But there are some that have some coverage, partial coverage. Maybe half of the roof is still on, so on and so forth. Or like a second floor of a building is kind of covering the first floor. You gotta get the idea. It starts off low. It almost sounds like it's an inner like thump, like you almost hear your head. Maybe it was a rough night, maybe you didn't get to sleep. But then you hear a whoosh, whoosh. It's starting to get louder. It's starting to grow faster. Would you guys like to react or do anything?
Is this a
whoosh? Is it like a flap?
It is a familiar sound that you've heard before.
so we're pretty attuned to take cover?
It would trigger a fear response, you could say.
I am going to seek out the nearest building that has some sort of overhead shelter.
Okay, because you two heard it, I will allow you both to make investigation checks to see if you can find the best possible coverage.
Oops, that was
no.
intimidation. Oh, shoot. I
Oh,
burned it up.
Oh no.
no! Oh no!
Nerd.
Oh no!
Hey, that's still pretty good.
You know what? We'll still take it. All right, you guys.
I was
are
worried that I
able-
accidentally burned that up.
You guys find a building that's about 10 feet or so off to your front right, just right before you get out of town. Doesn't have a roof, but it has a second floor that's partially covering the first. You should be able to get some coverage out of it. Now, can you steer your horses there effectively? Everyone needs to make animal handling checks.
Giddy
And
up,
if
horsey.
anyone wants to do something to help this situation, feel free to talk about
why?
what you're gonna do or what you're gonna need to.
Rev. So we
Uh-oh.
got 3 so far. Come on, Bill.
I'm gonna end up like hitting the stirrups just a little too hard. Oh, it almost landed on 2.
Do we
All right.
get our horses in? Hold on. What's the size of the door? Is it just a normal walk-in door, or is it like rubbled?
Well, in this point, there's rubble and it's kind of like a broken doll wall. There is no door.
It's just a big
anymore.
opening, so horses
Yeah.
can get into it
You
fairly
guys,
easily.
you guys maneuver your horse. It's tight. Bill, yours on its own would be a failure, but with the success that everyone else is having and just the experience in wrangling horses, thankfully you're able to, with the help of you get along with some friends, you're able to get inside under some cover. Now, as you guys cross that threshold, the loud flapping of very large wings is now filling the space. And soon you see covering a good portion of the distance this large black looming shadow kind of in the sky as it begins to take form. You see the very familiar visage of the young white dragon that's been terrorizing. And then you notice it starts doing loops around the town.
I think it's about time to show this dragon who's boss. I'm sick of this thing.
Hold your horses, old man. Hold your horses.
I'm not sure that would be prudent.
So as the dragon is flying, you hear it roar, and you see it land about, well, if you're in the middle of town, right? Imagine a circular style town. This is on the outskirts, on the most northern portion of this town. And you see this dragon land and crush, and dust and debris fly up in the air. And it's like a good 100 yards away, maybe more, from you. And you
Really not
see
that
it
far
just
away.
kind of tower over some of these ruins as it just bellows this blue kind of ice flame, frost fire-esque concoction out of its mouth. You hear shouting and yelling off in the distance for the sounds of something humanoid. You can't quite make out exactly what kind of creature it was. Just yells as Dragon found some prey, and thankfully it wasn't you today, at least for right now. A little bit more time, a little bit more stomping. Eventually it settles down. You see the dragon bend down, and in its mouth picks up some large animal of sorts. And then with the big, powerful wings, it flies up and takes off towards the mountains.
Sure would hate to be that guy.
Was there anything you guys wanted to be doing during that whole ordeal?
I call my mommy.
While that
Thank
was
you, Bill.
happening, I was looking at the horses to see if we could fit 2 saddles on one, worst case scenario. Is that a possible?
For your sizes, no, not
Cannot
likely.
put 2 saddles
No,
on one.
It's not a major horse. It's not like
A big.
a large Clyde style horse. These are just sleek, slender riding horses. Yep.
Herd. Okay, so can't dual.
You
Right.
likely could not double up.
Okay.
Unless Dwight turned into a tiny little woodland
Turned
That's
into
creature.
true. I mean,
Turned
that's
into a horse.
Yeah.
But
Oh, he
certainly-
could just become a horse.
Why haven't you always just been a horse when you travel places? That's a
Yeah, Rook, why
Wait,
don't you just
he's-
be a
wait,
horse?
he's seen a horse, so he can become one now, right?
that's true.
I
He
have
has
seen
now
a
s-
horse.
He
I've
has
seen
now seen.
That is true.
Most-
Hold on. We were having this discussion earlier. Dwight, have you seen a bear in all your years of being in the woods?
Yes.
Okay. We were having this discussion of whether or not you had a bear in your arsenal, and I was like, he's lived in the woods. He's had to have seen a bear. But okay.
I think at first I wasn't able to select
Okay.
that early on. Anyways, metagame.
But okay, well, I'm looking at it to see if we could fit 2. I realize we can't, but I have a game plan of whether or not we have to make a split decision on whether or not we keep our horses or not, and I kind of have that in my back pocket on a rainy day.
He's gonna sack the horses. All right, good to know.
You're 100% correct.
We
You
have
got me.
bait.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
That's bait.
You don't have to be the fastest horse to get away from the dragon. You just can't be
You
the
just have to be going
slowest.
the other direction. All right.
Just
Yep.
don't be the slowest horse running
Yeah,
away from
I'm
the
gaming
dragon.
up. I'm gaming up which horse is gonna be the bait.
You guys
If
wait
in a pinch.
a good 30 minutes before that sound is, whew, it's no longer prevalent. And you hope that he enjoys his meals and stays the hell away from you.
How far away was that? Was that like crashing and stuff like that?
It was like 100, 150 yards, kind of on the outside of the ruins to the north. Would you like to
Uh,
go look?
While I'm going to leave my horse where it is now, and I'm gonna sprint over there real quick and just get a look and see what it might have taken. That might give us an idea of what else is to come through the rest of this town while we're heading out.
Okay, you gonna say anything to your party, or are you just gonna leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to that. I'm gonna turn to you guys and be like, hey, I'm just gonna go check out, what that grabbed, because that might give us an idea of what's ahead. So-
Whatever it grabbed, the dragon flew away with it.
Yeah, but there could be more. And if it was
More.
big enough for a dragon to get to find, comforting, then we should at least know what's, ahead of us. At least somebody needs to stay here with the horses. But does anyone want to come with me? I'm cool with just going alone. I'm not fighting it. I'm just gonna sneak in, sneak out.
I'll go with you, Peter.
All right, get your running shoes on.
I'll stay here.
And we're gonna Naruto run all the way to it.
Are you doing
Oh.
it stealthily or just very as obnoxious as
Um,
possible?
No, just like quickly. We're getting in, getting out. So not stealthily, but we're also just going as fast as we can.
If we Naruto run, then we don't have to animate our arms pumping.
True. All right. So you run cross town, weaving between boulders, and you at some point it transitions from just the raw ruins that were there to now destroyed rubble had been flung in your direction, and now you're vaulting over fallen pillars and fallen walls, kind of jumping up top of a ledge. Make an acrobatics check, the both of you, to see how nimbly you make your way across town.
Acrobatics.
Nimbly bimbly.
Nimbly bimbly.
Oh, tree to tree.
With
Hey,
the deftness
we're-
of a cat, you glide over these ruins. Parkour. Occasionally, you guys just yell out "parkour," and you don't even know what that
Parkour.
means.
Instant
But
transmission.
anyway, yeah.
It's the only way to travel.
You approach and kind of on the outside of this on the outsides of the village, it is certainly a lot less ruin. The outsides are where more of the beatdown happens. You're again maybe now 30, 50 feet from the furthest most ruin in this town or old town, and there is a giant clearing now of just rubble and stuff. As you approach this now newly formed clearing where this dragon landed and just kind of made a mess of things, There's not much left in terms of structure that you can find. Go ahead and make investigation checks to see what you can. Well, why don't you start with a perception check?
I already rolled investigation. Can I please keep it?
I'll keep it. That's fine. Give me a perception check.
I'll perceive first, because that's the damn order of operations.
That's okay. I like both of them. Let's go.
PEMDAS.
And now I'll investigate.
Well enough. Well enough. Yep. Go ahead, Matt. I'll take it in a minute, Bill.
I'm just mad
yep,
about
that
it,
sounds-
though.
Yeah. Yep.
There's
so
nothing
mad.
here.
He's big mad. You can tell by the way he is. So first thing that strikes you is in the kind of center-esque of this clearing, there is a giant icicle that extends backwards with spikes kind of angling off away from it. That's the
An
first thing you
icicle.
notice.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not like it's not cold out, right? It's not necessarily the heart of summer, but it's not cold enough for ice to form. As you get closer, you see within the ice the remnants of some stonework. And you can see it on the outside, like there's some stonework protruding from this icicle, this kind of ice column at this point. And I should say the ice column, it's not like straight up and down. It's kind of angled, almost like it came in this way and then blew that way, in kind of a breath-like fashion.
Yes.
You see inside, encased in ice, you see a number of, well, with your Bill, you don't see much. It's a little cloudy. It's kind of hard to tell.
My cataracts are acting up.
Pete, you're able to make out. It looks like there's some remnants of a tent and some supplies on the inside. Whoever was staying here did not have good coverage and did not, apparently know the sound of a dragon coming, and it's hard to tell.
Okay.
You look around for other evidences of things. You kind of see hoof marks that are around the campsite, based on your investigation. That you don't really see.
But it's a singular
Anything like
tent.
that.
Singular tent inside of it.
Yep.
Probably just a weary traveler then, if I was to guess.
It could be. It's
Setting
hard.
up shop.
It's hard to tell exactly what.
And then with the hoof tracks around the little campsite kind of match the
Yeah, those are
thing-
horses.
well, I mean, like match now does it put two and two together of the dragon picked up a horse?
Yeah, you could probably
Kind of
assume
make that
such.
assumption.
Yeah, you can kind of assume that based on the
Okay.
creature that it flew off with in its
Okay.
mouth. Yeah.
Well, Bill, it looks like it just got someone's horse and probably got them in the middle of that good old icicle over there. And I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. So I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like, a big camp full of things that we now have to watch out for. But
Yeah.
That makes
looks
sense.
Like the dragon just caught somebody's horse. So you want to go back?
It's so upsetting that monster just takes whatever it wants. I hope one day I get to take a swing at that beast.
Hey, I know your cataracts are acting up, but do you see that giant icicle right there?
I've never been afraid of the cold, young man.
Yeah, but that's some on our way back. We're gonna bicker about whether or not that was like too cold.
Of course that was cold. That's obviously, son. That's a ridiculous. Where did that ice come from? Of course it came from the
on your-
dragon.
On your way back, can you make another perception check for me?
We are just rolling tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are
Wow.
rolling.
So Pete, one thing you did not see in the ice
Mhm.
was
Person?
any person.
Mhm.
As you guys start heading back towards the path that you took to get here, you see along the far wall a smattering of blood as you're exiting this kind of circular, kind of rubble cleared section.
Hey, Bill, you see that blood over there?
I do. We
don't
should
think that's the
probably look
host.
at that. That's
I don't
not
think
your
that's the
blood, and
horse's
it's not
blood.
mine.
Not mine. Yet. Yeah.
Here,
You know how things get with me.
you go up to it, and maybe it'll be partly yours also.
All right, come with me, big dog. What time? It's still early in the morning, kind of, right?
Yeah, it's
We
still
just
early.
woke up.
That was Brecky.
How long have we been away from the guys? Not long?
It's probably been about 30 minutes of just kind of exploring and crossing town, slowing down to do some investigation. It's been about a half hour.
All right. Bill, do you think we get the guys and go check this out, bring them over here, or do we just go do it ourselves? What do you think?
Well, we would have to wrangle the horses, and that might be more of a task than just taking a quick look at it.
All right.
I think
that's
it'll
good.
only
I'm
take a
down.
couple of minutes.
Hey, keep your wits on you, though. We're
I've
gonna-
got my
yeah, we're
attitude
gonna
to
check
keep
out.
me alive.
We're gonna
Yeah,
track
so-
down where this blood went.
Yep. So it's not terribly hard. As you kind of crawl over some rubble and you kind of look, you see a pile, like a stone wall, kind of landed over top and covered the body of what looks like a tiefling male. The interesting thing about their injuries is certainly it kind of ricocheted off of a wall. Whatever scuffle got into with the dragon did not come out the winner. But his right arm, all the way up to his shoulder and part of his chest, is encased in ice. And then again, still you see, if you wanted to investigate, do you want to investigate him more fully?
Is it dead?
It seems that way.
Then yes, I'll investigate a little more thoroughly. Poke it with my stick that I found.
Do you want to
with-
look for a cause? Like, are you going to do like medicine cause of death, or are you?
No,
looking-
I'm gonna pick his pockets. I want to learn more about this person.
Okay, yeah, you look for pockets, but there's nothing really to pick. You look at his gear, and it looks like it was early morning garb, probably just getting to it, honestly.
Does he have a bag anywhere nearby, or is that in the ice back there?
Not anywhere nearby.
And you said no pockets to pick?
I mean, he's not really wearing clothes with pockets right now. You can dig into his clothes, but you're not going to find pockets in them.
You should do it anyway.
Yeah.
Didn't realize Pete
I'm
was
just-
that way. But
Yeah,
okay.
I'm just gonna investigate, see if I can't find anything else about this person. I guess feel if I can feel a pulse.
Make a medicine check then.
That's
Um,
right in the middle.
Yep, that is right in the middle. How about that? He is cold, and I mean that more than just his body's cold because he's dead, but he
dead.
is partially frozen. His core temperature has seemingly dropped very low. And I think that's a useful piece of information considering fighting a dragon might be in your future. But
Hold on?
He's very
the
cold.
Is the ice spreading?
the ice is, well, make an investigation check.
Is the ice spreading?
Is that dead? Yeah, that's funny.
18.
The ice does not seem to be spreading.
It is not spreading. Okay.
It actually does seem to be melting.
Okay.
Is it hot out?
It's moderate out, 60-ish
Okay.
degrees, call it.
With the ice somewhat melting, I'm going to touch the ice and see if it has some sort of properties.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep. It you reach your hand out, you touch the ice, and
Son of a bitch.
it's it's cold and it's
Okay.
wet.
But
'cause
it
it's
doesn't
melting.
but it doesn't like shoot up my arm for some stupid reason.
Wait, let me check. Nope, it's just ice.
Okay. You had me.
Pete out here
That's so
trying to win stupid prizes. When will I
Does
learn?
He has a thing with trees and also ice cubes.
You
Fun
guys seen
fact.
that like Steve Irwin joke of like, oh crikey, it's the most dangerous snake. I'm gonna pick it up. You know, oh look, crikey.
I'm gonna stick my head right in this alligator's mouth.
Oh, the dragon encased this man in ice. Looks cold. I'm gonna lick it.
Ain't no way my tongue doesn't stick to it.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
on your medicine check, you will have noticed that the back of this gentleman's head is just gashed. It seems like he took a full. Well, and also it's really not hard to tell, right? Like a dragon boxes. You box with a dragon, you're gonna get
Mhm.
KO'd.
Is
There is a
the-
giant impression across his chest, and his entire backside is just gashed.
Is he wearing any jewelry?
You could assume, no, he's not. You could assume that he took a stray to the chest and sent him flying against a wall where he met a thickening of cracking against his skull.
A crackening, if you will.
A crackening.
I'm gonna turn to Bill and be like, hey,
He's not wearing gear. He's just got his long johns on. That's
Okay,
what I mean
gotcha.
by it.
Lengthy
so all of his gear
Jonathans.
is in the tent, which is frozen.
Presumably.
Hey Bill, there's nothing here. This guy's dead. I think we just go back to
Clearly.
the guys and continue on.
There's this tiefling looks like it's nothing more than a popsicle anymore.
I mean, it's a good note to note down that the fire breath is ice breath. Jot that down in our notebooks for later.
Consider this logged into my memory.
And it does melt. It does.
Bill
melt,
will
so, I
remember
mean,
this.
Yeah.
Bill will remember this.
It's
I
like
feel like
I
we
may
need to
not,
tell-
but Bill will.
Yeah, I feel like we need to tell Dwight about this. He'll remember for sure. So, but let's go back to the guys. I feel like we've wasted enough time here. He doesn't even have any jewelry for us to take.
Yeah, who knows
don't
how
know
long
if
it'll
that
take
would have
his
been my
campsite
first
to melt
priority.
as well.
Yeah.
Rev and Dwight, while they're gone, are you guys doing anything?
Not in particular.
Okay.
Tending the
Listening for
horses.
Any signs of dragons, but otherwise staying put.
Yeah, let's just go back to the guys then.
It's like in Baldur's Gate when you separate the party and the other two people just kind of stand there.
That's right.
Yeah.
I will stand
Um,
here and do nothing.
All right. You guys make your way back. It takes about an hour and a half, all things said and done. You guys get back and can rejoin the party. Anything you'd like to tell them when you rejoin?
Yeah. Okay. So that got us a whole lot of nothing. All of his stuff was in ice, so we can't even take any of his non-perishables.
All I
But,
used to
I think
so there
more
was
importantly, the what looked like fire bellowing from the dragon appears to be some kind of icy material. Everything back there was covered in ice.
Well, yeah, it's a white dragon, isn't it?
Well, I haven't
Yeah.
encountered many of these in my years.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought
so,
everybody knew that white dragons
uh,
breathe ice.
Yeah, there was a tiefling man or something or other. Was it tiefling?
A tiefling, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there was one of those, but he is toast.
No, he's not. He's frozen solid, son.
Well, that is true. He's counted his last days. That's for sure.
He
and, all of
punched his
stuff's
ticket, in other
encased.
words.
Yeah, and all of his stuff is in ice. There's really not a lot to learn, but I mean, we can, perceive that the thing the dragon took was his horse.
What
so-
if
The
we had a
tiefling
little
is
bonfire
chilling.
out there?
That it's such a big thing of ice. It would take a good bit for that to de-thaw. But what we did learn is that the dragon likes
So
horses.
freeze.
So if we're ever in a pinch, we can probably use one of these horses as bait because it took the horse, not the man.
Are you
I suppose
suggesting
horses
that
are a lot more meat than you or I.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. You're a pretty beefy guy.
Perhaps as a last resort, but I would not recommend this strategy.
Yeah.
All right. You guys gonna head out now?
Yep. I think we're good to set up.
With one last check of the skies, you take on your way. Dwight and Pete, you guys were Pete, you were leading the group out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys lead out of town. It's a short jaunt over to the farm from Connie Berry. He doesn't live terribly far away, about half a day's ride, conceivably. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I'll do this. Nice. All right, Pete, make a perception check while you're riding.
I am perceiving everything today. All right. My eyes are open wide.
You guys are about 3 hours into your ride. It's getting close. Like, you feel like you should be getting close. You spot off in the distance a singular animal grazing on some grass. As you perceive and actively take a look into this, you see over in the distance a brown and white cow grazing in the grass.
Okay. Just a cow?
Just a cow. It looks up.
Peter, you're probably going to approach that cow and touch it, aren't you?
What are you guys doing?
Lose the
You guys
cow?
gonna ignore it and move it on? I don't know. What are you guys gonna do?
I think we're gonna ignore it and move on.
Okay, that's what the party's doing.
As we pass, I
Boo.
will point at it and say, "Cow."
Yeah.
As we continue.
It seems obligatory.
It looks up at you, watches you go by, puts its head back down, and starts eating some more grass.
Yeah.
Eventful.
I'm gonna just ignore the cow.
All right.
We'll make note of it, but
Sure.
I don't need any milk right now. Or is it a
Nope,
boy
take it.
cow?
You don't know.
You're trying
Is it a
to
dairy
start
cow?
some.
You
Yeah,
can
check.
very much
Make an
tell.
investigation check.
It is. There are no horns. Yes, there are
You're
no
trying to
horns.
start some beef, son.
Does it have udders?
Yeah, there is no horns on this cow. There was a bell on around its neck that you did.
Dairy
notice.
cow. Every video game ever, if it has a bell, that's a dairy cow.
That's right. One thing to note is there are no fences or anything around it. It's just out in the open.
I mean, that would kind of make us assume that like it came from a farm that no longer has a fence up. But anyway, we'll continue on.
Okay. You ride for another hour. And then you see it. Butterskull Ranch occupies a large plot of land on the north side of the Tribord Trail, nestled between two hills. Beyond a ramshackled wooden fence stand cornfields, an apple orchard, some gardens, and pasture land. The path breaks off from the trail to lead to a two-story farmhouse next to a pond. West of the farmhouse are charred remains of a barn and a smithy that have been burned to the ground. The wooden fence has been destroyed, and portions of the gardens have been trampled. Let me pop up the new map. Welcome to
A new map.
Butterskull Ranch. So, you guys are coming up the Tribord Trail. You can kind of see how there's two indicated with the elevation scales here. A handful of, or two hills to say, and then you see the cornfields, the orchards, and things as you kind of approach the area. This is the big map. So let me ask you how you would like to approach this as you finally see the estate come into view.
Um. Hmm. You said the fences are broke. There's trample paths through it. It's been pretty
Yep,
pretty
there
beat
is
up.
signs of issues, to say the least.
Um. Hey fellas, instead of walking down the front gate, I suggest we try and find like a side entrance in and come in a little bit more sneaky because the front gate's just wide open, kind of
Who you
deal.
planning on sneaking up on, Pete?
Well, if you look at it, if I was farming this land, I feel like that's a very um, terrible way to do so. So I don't think that those tracks are there on purpose. I don't think they did that. So if anything has, you know, taken over this ranch, very much so would have just a clear line of sight if we came down the driveway. So I think we just go at this a little bit cautiously. That's a lot of tracks.
Okay, I'll follow.
All right.
That
And I'm
seems
going
reasonable.
there's that path kind of at the very south part, and that looks like that fence is broken right there, where there's like a path that goes into the cornfield next to the orchard.
Yep.
I'm gonna take the horses and we're gonna walk through that path and come around over by that destroyed barn, like following that path.
Okay, you want to come up by the barn itself?
The destroyed barn. Yep.
Okay, easy enough.
And I think if we get to the destroyed
Are you
barn,
trying to be stealthy about this?
fairly.
I mean, as much as you can be with a horse, right?
I was gonna say I feel like I'm off the horse walking it once we get into the field. I'm walking the horse instead of still riding it.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah, are you trying to be stealthy or not as a group?
not loud, not stealthy. We're just being perceptive. We're looking around and watching. So slow.
Everyone, is that true for everyone else? Is anyone
I
else trying
am.
to do something else?
Rev, don't try to hide.
Okay.
I challenge a fight.
You guys walk up and yep, you can cut across the yard. There is a break in the cornfield. You do follow that path up. Make perception checks, everyone.
Dude, nothing is getting by me today. Is that 20?
Nothing would go over my head. I would catch it.
Yeah.
Bill with the worst one on a 12.
Rev had an
good enough.
11.
Yeah, I feel like 11's worse than 12.
Oh yeah, no, it is. I guess I missed that.
In some circles.
Sorry.
Oh no.
And
I read.
circle the moon.
I thought Pete's the first one from
Oh,
Pete's
it's
21 from
so
when he was
21, 24, 22, and then 12.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh good. Oh good. So yeah, 11 and 12 are still better than 10. So you guys walk up the path. You guys don't see any orcs per se. You do notice that as you guys around the corner of the orchard by the pasture where the destroyed barn sits, you see some pigs out in the pasture. Doesn't really look like they belong there. You see massive holes in the fences to the pasture. As you get closer, you see you see at the barn entrance two orc corpses alongside 5 human corpses. The smell radiates and is quite substantial. They are swarming with flies. I need you guys all to make Constitution saving throws.
5 orc and
Ew.
5 human corpses, you said?
5
orc,
humans, 2 orc.
5. Dude, get me in combat already. Look at these rolls. All right.
You're going to burn up all your luck
I am, dude. That's what I'm saying.
gonna
I'm
get
in combat before they're
smoked.
gone.
Rev and Pete, Rev especially, this does not bother you even in the slightest. You've smelled worse. Bill and Dwight, this is particularly nauseating. You are
I read that again.
you vom. Yeah, you are. Oh, sorry. Did I get that backwards? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm watching Matt's stream.
Oh, I got you.
So like the
Oh.
names are quite like small, so I can have the
Yeah.
full map up. I apologize.
No, it's all good. I'm just like, hold on. I
and
rolled pretty good to
Dwight.
be sick.
Yeah. Sorry. Flip that, reverse it. Flip that thing back and reverse it. So Bill, you and Pete save are not sick. Rev, you and Dwight are nauseous, are sick from the smell, and probably spit up a bit. Gross. A little bit of that action. It is pretty disgusting. You have disadvantage for the meantime on ability checks until you clear the area of the smell.
Is there a place for me to tie up my horse anywhere around here?
I mean, there's certainly fences for as long as you've been going. You could have chosen any spot.
How far away from the barn are we?
How far do you want to get?
Oh, I meant like at the moment. How far away are we?
You're about. I would say you're just kind of rounding the corner, about halfway through that side of the orchard. Where you can see it.
When we're about 60 yards away from that, I'm gonna tie up my horse.
Where are you tying him up at?
Just on the fence.
Before you clear the orchard, or right? Because there's that point. There's that point on the map where like the orchard breaks to the gardens, and right now you have fruit trees in this orchard that give some cover.
Just anywhere. Yeah, let's just go like at the end of the. Here, I'll ping it.
Yep, I got it. Okay, so you tie your horses up there. Let me see if I can.
Did that ping? Because it didn't ping on mine. Well,
Yep,
either way.
so you guys are gonna put horses here.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Hey, little horses.
Nay.
Nay.
Yeah, I'm gonna tie. I don't know the other guys that are, but that's where I'm just gonna tie mine up there. That way, I have one more open hand.
Horses. I found out that I have access to stickers because I pay for
Incredible.
a subscription on D&D Beyond.
Incredible.
They're
I
practically
also found-
tokens.
They're basically tokens.
I'm going to now that we've tied our thing up, though. I'm gonna make my way cautiously to the barn.
All right,
Somewhat sneakily.
roll a stealth check. Not that you
Somewhat
guys have
sneakily.
ever done a thing stealthy in your entire lives. Is anyone else gonna try sneaking up, or you guys just brazenly walking down as one would?
What are we
Rest
walking
don't.
towards again?
The
Well,
broken
Pete's
barn.
walking towards the barn.
Destroyed
You guys
barn.
can
The
do
dead
whatever you want.
bodies.
Oh.
The dead bodies.
I'm just
Oh.
gonna chill.
Yeah, I think I'll chill as well. I don't want to approach the dead bodies.
Since Bill
Gonna have to
doesn't seem
cross
to
him
be
eventually.
bothered by the stank, he'll go with Pete. I just feel like you're gonna get yourself hurt, son.
Are you doing it stealthily, old man?
Peter, why are you being all stealthy? Why are you sneaking around like you are?
Because there's dead bodies, dude.
They look like they've been dead.
That doesn't mean that the winners aren't still here.
For weeks? Son, the amount of flies there. The smell. This is a
It could be up
long
at the house.
since
It could be
happened
up at the house.
murder.
This is far enough away. Okay, we're not stealthy anymore because we're bickering.
Yep. Yep. Ruined it.
Ruined it.
Um,
I'm just
you guys-
sneaking for no reason.
You guys get to the barn.
I'll roll initiative
It
now.
is You guys approach the barn. You find that it's burnt, charred in many spots. Looks like someone lit a fire to this in the process of whatever happened here. There is no door on this barn as it's been busted down. There are human remains quite literally scattered. There was a fight here, clearly, and there are more of one side than there are another. That can kind of give you an idea.
Is there more dead humans than orcs?
Certainly.
Okay. I would like to go through a couple dead body. Pick their pockets. I'm picking some pockets. I'm gonna try and figure out who's on where, who's from where.
So you kind of roll over some of the corpses. They are make a Constitution saving throw.
I already get me in this combat, dude.
As you
I've done
deal
worse.
with this
I've done worse.
decaying body that's again just kind of on the ground, you managed to keep yourself in check. It is disgusting though.
Yeah, for sure.
But you roll over, you see embroidered on the leather chest the initials BAK, indicating again staff member. You don't necessarily find anything else on his person.
Okay. And then I would like to check one of the orcs.
Sure. Not much to see on their person. And you recall the orc tribe you met. So the warriors don't necessarily carry lots of things on them. You don't necessarily see a whole lot. You see a crude, large scimitar next to one of them, but the other doesn't seem to have any weapons.
Okay. I'm gonna take note of that scimitar. I'm gonna walk towards the back of the barn, see if there's anything else that
you're going inside, or are you going around the outside?
I'm gonna go through, kind of stepping over some bodies here and there, and I'm gonna
make a investigation check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and figure something out.
Just looking, not digging.
Okay. Make a perception check then, Bill.
I will perceive with only my eyes.
Dude, have I rolled less than like a 16? This is crazy. Oh, I rolled a 3 on the animal handling earlier.
Pete, as you go inside, you see again a number of stalls, things that have burnt down. There's another door that leads out to the pastures that, that doorway's kind of crumbled in a little bit.
Here's a question. Is there anything that shows me why it was fought here in the barn? Is there anything that kind of gives me an idea of why it happened here?
Nope.
Okay.
You will notice that there are about 6 uniform stalls on the right side of the barn, some of which have been destroyed. There's a large pen area that would have held a number of animals, and then there's one specialty. With your investigation check, you happen to notice this and find this. There is a more luxurious and well taken care of stall, and you see in the pile of soot a metal plate that says Petunia the cow. And
it makes me sad.
It's like a metal plate, and you see again like her pen has been kind of busted open, and there's a lot of damage in the area. You don't see any corpses of any animals in here though.
So, is there like a bale of hay still over in the corner, or did that get burnt up in like the fire?
No, there's no usable hay in here.
Okay. Then I'm going to walk back. I'm gonna pick up that scimitar, and I'm gonna walk back over to Rev and see if this is something that the orc tribe had, or if this is from the guards. Would this be like an orc tribe-esque weapon, or is this from the guards? So I'm gonna go back.
Let me see it. Let me take a look.
Yeah, I'm gonna hand it to Rev.
Make a. Well, it's a crude weapon. You've seen things like this. You've seen orc warriors use it. They use a number of weapons, but it's also true that they kind of ravage weapons from also what they conquer. So it could very well be in one of the orc attackers' weapons. It's really hard to tell, but you've seen them being used in orc societies.
Is it a one-hander or a two-hander scimitar?
I guess it
Typically,
depends how-
typically
depends how
scimitars are
big you're-
one-hander, but
I guess it depends how big you are.
I was gonna say typically scimitars are one-hander.
This is a one-handed. Yeah, I mean that's for a medium-sized humanoid. This would be.
Okay.
But if you're a gnome, it might be
Right.
two hands.
I'm gonna.
You know.
All right. So we don't really know. It could be the guards, but it could also be the orcs.
This is. I mean, go ahead.
Oh, I was just holding up a can that says "Share a Coke Zero with a homie."
I see. Well, you asked Rev, so why don't you get his opinion?
Yeah. Reb, is this one of the guards or one of the orcs?
Well, there's nothing on her that indicates who it might belong to. Definitely something that you'd see an orc use if they found it or bought it somewhere, but there's really no way to know for sure.
Okay. Does anyone want it? I mean, the body was very much dead back there. If nobody else wants it, I'll just put it, in my saddle. But
No,
can never
I'm
have
not
too
big on-
many.
I think you can. They call that encumbered.
No, nobody. Okay. I'll
Alright, no cream.
I'll put it in my saddle. I'm
Okay.
just gonna put it back over on my saddle.
You have one scimitar in your bag. Congrats. Sticky fingers, McGee.
Sticky fingers. All right.
It's because of the goo from the decaying corpse.
Dwight and Rev, since Pete's had a lot of action, do you guys want to do anything while they're at the barn?
Do we hear or see any sign of the orcs still being here?
Are you trying to perceive around the campsite, or are you just looking like specifically on like the orchard, or where are you looking for?
I guess like a 360.
Okay, make perception checks, you two, with disadvantage, being downwind
Yes.
of the bodies.
Oh, it won't matter too much. I think.
Hey, you do have that inspiration dice you can always use if you have one that's
Hey.
close.
I think it's in character for me to be very distracted and distraught by the terrible odor.
Okay. What I will say is you kind of look around the area you're in, and you don't necessarily see anyone nearby. You can't really tell what's happening at the farmhouse. It's a little too far away. You could try getting closer and getting outside of the range of the smell, and then you might be able to find out.
I think we should do that.
Yeah, I there's nothing left in that barn other than destruction.
So you guys, I assume you guys wouldn't have left before that interaction around the scimitar. So now that you guys are together,
I'd say we leave the horses here and go on foot. Makes us a little bit more open-handed. Are you guys okay with that?
Yes, let's just get out of range of this smell, please, as soon as possible.
Well, we got to go past it, big dog. So
I mean,
What
there are certainly worse smells in the world, son.
I
who's gonna
suppose
be
we could cut through the garden here instead of going around by the dead bodies.
I was gonna ask, what path would the party as a whole like to go to? Maybe you want to split up. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want to come at this different ways. How do you guys want to proceed forward?
do I see the destroyed smithy thing over there? Do
Nope.
I see that?
Not yet.
Still too far away. Okay.
So,
Yes, Dwight?
being that I'm getting overwhelmed by the smell and impatient with the group, I'm just going to meander off into through the orchard and the gardens. On a,
I'll just start following him. You know what? We've already ruined our stealth. I'll just follow him.
Are you heading? Would you say you're heading in the direction towards the heart of the gardens?
Like through the middle of the orchard and yeah, toward the middle of the gardens.
Yeah. So like your aim would be eventually to right there, like kind of on that corner of the trees for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get out of the range of the smell as well, and after a while, you feel better as some of the fresh tree, citrus scents. It feels much better to be in a garden. This is more. This is like
Is this
home terrain.
is this an apple or an orange orchard, by the way?
It's an opal, which is a combination of an apple and an orange.
I'm gonna take one off the tree and eat it while we're walking through. I don't care about the smell.
Okay, yeah, you start peeling it a bit, and yeah, they're common. He sells
Okay.
them. He sells them through Parthens. But yes, delicious. Tangy yet citrusy. It's a good mix. Prevents scurvy.
Awesome.
Good for you. Yes, you guys do. You guys do in fact feel better as you walk away from that scene, and let the natural fragrances and garden wash over you. You get to the edge of the tree line. Would you guys like to perceive before you move into the gardens, or are you guys just going out? Who's taking lead, I should say? It should be Dwight, right? Because you
It
kind
is
of
Dwight.
went out first.
Yep.
Is that enough?
Dwight, go ahead and make a perception check. Not with disadvantage this time.
Get us into combat.
Actually, don't,
as
because this will
you-
go away.
Yeah, true.
As you look over the gardens, again, this is natural terrain. You have never been more comfortable outside of your farmstead until you're in this farmstead. Something about just like tilling the earth just means something more to you and gets you more in tune with your surroundings. You happen to notice that there is some movement around the farmhouse. From the distance you're at, though, it's hard to make out more details. You are something more like you're about 50-ish, 60-ish feet away. The scaling on this drawing isn't the best, so understand that normally a grid is 5 feet, but that just wouldn't make the most sense now, would it?
Be a real
That's a 10-foot pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and still find it on a golf course.
yep. So you're about 60, 70 feet away from the farmhouse. It's hard to tell exactly what movement you see, but there is definitely some movement out in front of the farmhouse. You also do notice that off behind the pond there is a destroyed building, which, thanks to you seeing the noted map, you can tell what that is, but you wouldn't know that that's
Wouldn't
a
know.
smithy.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Everyone, stop what you're doing. I try to raise the signal to discreetly tell the party to stop. I
Very
see
discreet.
some kind of movement over by the farmhouse. It looks like there's some kind of destroyed building behind it. We may be entering a danger zone here.
What should we do? That's probably the orcs that ravaged this place.
Most likely.
Would they have stayed here this long if the bodies are in this state of decay?
If there's resources in that farmhouse, maybe.
Perhaps
That's
they came
fair.
back to loot the bodies sometime later.
Yeah. Yeah.
If there's resources in that farmhouse, we might need to make our way over there anyway. So
Not just
I
that.
think there's
They
a fight on our hands coming up.
have the
proceed
cornfield.
with
They
caution.
have the orchards. They got a lot of resources just out here in and of itself. This is a good place to set up
True.
shop. So, I say we loop back around on the other side of the pond, try and get over to that building over there, give us at least a little bit closer vantage point. We could probably make it, over towards the fence line and follow that up.
Let's proceed that way, but with stealth. As much stealth as we can manage.
All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go first and make my way that way.
So you guys are
Over.
going where?
I'm going to try and
North
make
of the
it.
pond.
Yeah,
Trying to go
trying to
around
make
the
it to
top
this
one?
fence. Yeah, trying to make it to like that fence,
And you guys are doing it stealthily.
like through the garden.
This
Okay,
time,
roll
let's be
roll stealth
cautious.
checks.
A whole party stealth check.
guys don't do this often because you guys are so loud.
Rev the orc got his nimbly bimblies on.
Oh, baby. I'm invisible.
Jesus. So's Rev. You and both just rolled it. Got his nimbly bimblies on.
Some nimbly bimblies.
Quite nervous.
You guys start crouching and kind of slowly creeping over through the gardens towards the edge of the pond. And Dwight, your eye catches just some unique vegetable growth in this garden that you almost catch yourself about to exclaim, like, look at this. But thankfully, the rest of your party has their head on a swivel and is able to encourage you on and keep you down and within a stealthed perspective.
Pull
And
you
you're
back
able
down into
to-
the bushes.
Yeah, keep you down in it. And able to successfully make your way around.
That's in character. Ooh, this flower.
Make your way
So
around
is.
the edge of the pond. You come across a building that has been burnt almost entirely to the ground. It was much smaller than the barn that has been largely destroyed. You can choose to. Would you like to go and investigate it, or are you going to ignore it for now and go to the farmhouse?
I think we should proceed to the farmhouse.
Well, did we make it to the destroyed smithy thing?
Yes, you're about right there.
Okay.
You're in front of it.
Did we get any better vantage point on how many orcs there might be up there, or?
Guys, make a perception
Nature.
check.
Okay. Dwight's still thinking about that flower.
Yep. Very unique plant growth.
I've got to get some of that and take it back to my farm and plant it there.
You can't tell. You've seen one or two figures walking by, but you haven't been able to get a firm count of what is currently going on. There's a good portion of the farmhouse and the true estate there that you can't quite see from your vantage point. You might only be able to see from the other side of the house.
Okay.
But it's clear that there's individuals there.
And what is the distance that we are at now?
You're about 40 feet, yeah, from the edge, maybe 45.
Okay. I'm gonna try and sneak a little closer. Is there any bushes around any shrubbery around the road?
For sure. Let me switch maps here for a second. Get us something a little closer in.
Any shrubbery that I can use to get a better vantage point closer to?
For sure.
Your DM has paused the game session.
All right, resume.
Resume.
Ooh,
All right.
Okay, so
So you guys would be approaching from the back, more like top side. So you'd be approaching from over here.
This is the farmhouse, yeah?
Correct. This is the true farmhouse. Yep, not. This is the actual house.
Okay. So
You can ignore that little drawing at the top corner.
The smiley
it's not like I
face?
quick
What?
question.
Where? There isn't,
Wait,
is there?
no, I didn't.
Can you imagine if he was that fast?
Not yet. Not yet.
Speed.
Is this like a slanted hill kind of deal?
The surrounding areas are yeah, like it's going upgrade. You're coming kind of downgrade on it. Like the farmhouse, the smithy, like that's all technically like floor like 0, but it is a hilly area. So
And how far away is this?
sorry, where?
The stone wall.
You're about. I mean, again, I'm assuming you're still kind of at this. Like this doesn't this doesn't account for the smithy, right? So like you're 45 up by the smithy, right? So if you wanted to try getting closer,
So
you
yeah,
can
I'm gonna
do that.
I'm gonna try and sneak as 30
Yeah.
feet this way.
Yeah, if you want to get closer, then yeah, you can get so far.
But I'm gonna sneak it.
Okay, roll a stealth check. And anyone else doing what they're doing? What's the party doing?
We're following, man.
Y'all sneaking as well then?
Oh,
Might as well. What's the worst that
sneaky
happen?
boys.
All right, sneak then sneak.
That sounds about right.
Clank.
No, that's okay though.
Thump, thump, thump. Shh, be quiet, guys. They might hear us. Thump, thump. Flat-footed mother.
All right, where are you trying to get to? You trying to get to the stone wall?
That's where I'm trying to go. Yeah.
Okay. You guys hurriedly
I'll meet you there.
run towards the stone wall, just trying to find some cover. Rev, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
I got something on deck saves. What did I get recently?
It wasn't were you like a ring or something like that?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a cloak of protection.
Oh yeah, it's like +1 on your dex.
Ooh.
There you go.
I feel
As
pretty
you're
protected.
That's
as
a
you're
save.
running, as you're kind of sneaking through this open stretch of field, you feel your feet start to absolutely give out as you trip over a rock. But thankfully, you're able to gather your feet quickly. You gather yourself. You did not face plant and cause a loud commotion in the back. And you're able to save yourself and make it to your group.
I like to imagine like his armor is just making clinking noises as he's running across.
He's hushing
It is a chain shirt, so it's
Yeah.
not chain mail.
All right. What are you guys doing?
All right. Can we see any
You're
better?
you're on now the back of the house.
Um.
Yes. So from your perspective, I mean, there's a building in your way, right? That's what the black boxes
Right.
represent, the interiors. Do you want to try moving more south, or what do you want to?
I would like to hop the stone fence and get right behind this wall, this building that we're right next to, in that little crack.
Make an acrobatics,
No, other crack. Hold on, more of.
or athletics or
There.
acrobatics.
We're gonna do that.
Anyone who's hopping the stone wall would need to do the same.
All right.
I mean, you can do
Yes,
whatever you want. You guys don't have to follow.
Yeah, you don't have to follow me.
Yeah, well, he's going to die.
I'm being sneaky.
Pete's
They don't
doing
know
his,
I'm here.
Pete's doing his thing whether you guys want to or not. So you guys decide for yourselves what you want to do.
Yeah, this
feel
is a
like
team game.
Be and here from where I'm at, so I'm gonna chill.
Okay.
Technically, when I
So-
roll athletics, I get to roll it at advantage.
Well, then technically
Do
roll it at advantage then.
Yeah.
There you
Technically
go.
do that.
See, there you go. Even better.
Don't,
Wow,
don't
wow.
not use your class abilities.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah. Oh,
I just wanted
All
to say that for when I roll again.
is this a window right next to me?
It is.
I'm looking in.
It's a storage room.
Anybody, anything in there of note?
Nope. It looks like a mess in there.
While we're here, do we hear any rustling, any clattering?
Make a perception check.
I will listen with my ears.
Are we all rolling a perception?
No, you're looking in a window.
I am.
I was trying to listen with Bill.
Okay.
Listen with your elf
Clyde,
ears.
You do not speak Orcish, right?
No.
You hear. Bill, you do not.
Er,
But Dwight, you hear some guttural language being spoken. What feels like on the other side of the house. You hear two distinct voices.
Quick
Hey,
question. Can we take a bio break while I switch my laundry? Or do I have a quick second while you guys are doing
Yeah, it's 9:50. You can do your
I'm just
thing.
gonna switch my laundry. I'll be right back.
Okay, be right back. Bye. But we'll stay. Unless anyone else needs to take a step away, we can pause right now.
Might as
Better to-
well.
might as
Better to
well.
pause now before we get going more.
What a good opportunity to to break real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dwight hears two distinct voices that are definitely orcs. I'm gonna go feed my cats.
Meow.
And then I'll be back.
Sorry.
Oh, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
Just having a dance party with all the characters in my head.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's just getting close to 10, and I wanted to make sure that my laundry gets started before
Sure.
it got
All
too
good.
late.
It's all good. Everyone else took a quick bio, so
Yeah. Sorry about that. Forced bio.
we start at 8:30. So by like 9 o'clock, where I would say we usually would just take our standard WoW bio, it's like we've been playing for 30 minutes. It's hardly worth a bio.
Exactly.
I mean, even at 9:30, it's like an hour. What is a reasonable bio time? I mean, we
Right.
only play for a couple of hours every night, so.
Are we that old to where our bladders can't hold it for a fucking half hour to an
I mean,
hour?
I'm sure as hell not. So maybe some people. What are we gonna do?
I've got to go in tomorrow to the paper mill for paperwork and stuff.
I sure hope they don't screw you over with this.
I don't think they will. I just know that it's going to be a lot for the time being. It's going to be a ton of workload.
Probably that's probably true, but it's just it's nice that you're able to keep both jobs going, just because the one's on the weekend.
That's why they did this. Is they're like, because your schedule works out like this, maybe it's best for both of us, because they're gun shy because of how many people have quit on them because it's not what they were advertising, kind of deal.
Why don't they change the advertisement?
Because they're not technically wrong by the advertisement. It is
true.
That is what you're doing. The difference is you're doing it in a paper mill, which
True.
then becomes the dirty job.
Right.
So they're partially trying to cover their own assets, but also mine, because they're like, if you quit, then you're just out two jobs. You're out the one you were before, you're out the one that you had now.
Yep.
But 80 hours a week sounds pretty rough, but the paycheck doesn't sound that bad.
Yep. Stimulus for Garrett. Too bad you won't ever be able to leave your house again. Well, good thing you don't really leave too much anyway.
That's kind of what I said. Is I was like, I asked him about, like, so I go to concerts. I have a once a year ordeal where we go camping for a weekend, and then, I have weddings every once in a while. So, like, how do those play out if I am on call and can't be farther away than a half hour? And they're like, oh, well, if you just let us know ahead of time, we plan for that. So
yeah, it's called PTO, and you're
Yeah.
entitled to vacation days.
You're indebted to this company for your whole life.
Yeah. Well,
You're
that's
an
kind of
indentured
what at
servant.
first I was like, that sounds like what? I'm just, congratulations on getting the job. You are now stuck here and can't do anything else ever. I was like, that's fucking great, heckin' crazy. But they
Well,
explained,
you just trade someone on call days. Like if you want a concert on the weekend, you're on call.
Essentially what happens is I'm the one that's there. Okay, so think of it almost like a one-man band, but I have support, if that makes sense. So once I'm fully hired in on my own, I've trained up, and this is my job, I'm essentially on my own Monday through Friday. And then every other weekend, somebody comes and kind of relieves me. There's somebody that travels around to different paper mills and does like a loop to give people time off and stuff like that.
Is that
From
who's
my
is that
understanding.
is that who's going to train you, or who's training you?
Correct. Yep. The guy who's like traveling around is currently stuck at this plant because there's nobody else here.
Right.
So yeah, so long story short, it's just you just plan it in ahead, and yeah, somebody takes my weekend shift kind of deal.
Makes sense.
My weekend.
working?
Well, it's not even my weekend shift. It's just my weekend on calls.
Yeah.
At the paper mill up here in Kalamazoo. Well, down
Nice.
here for you guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome back, Dwight.
Yeah.
So
Sorry about that.
Cool. So you hear two guttural individuals talking over the on the other side of the shed you're hiding behind.
I'm going to try to alert Bill without making a sound. I'm just gonna.
Son, what are you doing?
Orcs.
Oh,
Other side of the shed.
what? You're gonna have to speak up, son, or don't speak at all.
There are orcs on the other side of the shed.
Understood, son. Thank you. How many?
There were at least two.
Shh.
I have no idea what they're saying.
Ask them to speak up.
I don't speak Orcish.
True. I'll ask them to speak up.
I wouldn't do that.
What are you guys gonna do?
Perhaps we should form up and approach from one side at the same time.
Sounds like a solid plan. You go first, and I'll be right behind you.
Is Rev visible
Are they
from
gonna
the other side of the wall?
Are they gonna clue me in on this, by the way, or am I just sitting back here looking in an empty barn?
You're
Empty
kind of
shed.
just around
Son.
the corner, so you're not necessarily hearing it.
Son, try to get Peter's attention, and I'll try to get Rev's.
Very well. And I'll stealthily approach Pete to fill him in on the situation.
Yeah, you can see Rev over the corner, just kind of hunkered down, like waiting for direction. Pete's just looking into a window right now, just trying to take account of what's in there.
Sticky fingers, Pete.
This is
Bill's
all
just
happening
gonna-
kind of boom boom. So
He's gonna poke his head over the gate.
sure,
Uh,
sure.
The brick.
Brick, the brick fence.
Stone.
Yep.
It appears there are at least two, and he'll kind of whisper to Rev. It
Yep.
appears that there are at least two orcs on the other side of this building here. I believe that we should form up and approach at the same time.
Are we trying to jump them?
I think that if we display our numbers immediately, there may be a lower chance of a confrontation. They may surrender if they find themselves outnumbered.
What could go wrong?
Pete gets killed. That's what could go wrong.
Fair. Let's do it.
Just be careful getting over this fence. We don't want to alert them too early.
Oh yeah,
Make
do I
an
gotta?
acrobatics or athletics check if you're climbing the wooden fence.
Can I
I'm an
help him?
athlete.
Oh, he doesn't
work.
even need my help.
Don't need to.
Good work. All right, what are you guys doing? Give me the battle plan.
Sounds like we're going on this side.
Yeah. so
Where's
you
the
guys going
Where's the
around?
baddies?
As you peek around the corner, you do see one individual
One orc.
standing right there.
I'm gonna try and make my way there.
Okay, you're gonna cross. Are you? As you guys
I'm gonna-
enter
I'm
into
gonna-
the
yeah.
open, you guys need to make a stealth check, unless
I'm
you're just
gonna-
doing it.
I'm gonna cross. I'm gonna cross.
Make stealth checks if
Uh,
you're breaching the open.
No, I'm pretty sure Bill said that we were just gonna go out there, so I'm just going out there without being stealthy.
I said
Fair
form
enough.
up. What? The
I'm still gonna
context
go
of me
across
whispering. What?
while he walks out, and I'm gonna still go. I'm gonna run across and look in
Alright,
that
hold-
window real quick.
Hold on, we gotta take stock of some of the action economy here.
Yep.
Dwight, what are you? So Rev just walked out. Bill, what are you and Dwight doing?
I
with
guess
this?
Bill's gonna, not break the plane of the corner, but
Okay.
be ready to jump out.
All right, you're
gonna-
at ready. You can do the same.
Yeah, peeking out and freaking out is like, why are they doing that? But Bigfoot. Yeah, exactly.
There was so much context to not do that.
Pete and Rev, as you cross the opening there, Rev immediately catches the eyes of the orc, and Pete, you are unfortunately not invisible, and therefore, because Rev is standing full chested at this orc walking around the corner, you get seen as well.
Who does?
Perfectly
You
fine.
dart behind into the alleyway. As Matt, you and Rev both hear, we have intruders, and we're gonna roll initiative.
Hey yo!
Hey.
Dun dun dun. Roll my initiative at advantage.
Ooh, you got me.
Oh, hold on. Did it just cut out for you?
What?
Nope. You're in it. You're in it. You're good. All right. I got 2 orc
I'm alive.
on group. I got you.
I got you, babe.
I got you. And I got
Hey, never talked about it. Did I look in this window yet?
You don't have to talk about it
Um,
if you don't want to.
Go ahead and roll a quick investigation check at a quick stance if you can.
Or
It looks like a workshop of sorts.
are there people in it, or did I not?
You can't tell.
Can't tell. Okay.
Okay. Let me just make sure I got these right, so I can check it on my log. I got Dwight at a 12. I got Pickled Pete at an 18. I got Bill at a 19. Whoop whoop. And we got Rev at 16. You guys are eager.
Hot.
Are these
hot?
ti-
Hot.
Are these tiles 5 feet? Are they? Is this accurate distances?
Yes, 5 feet. Yep.
Okay.
I believe so. All right. I'm going to change the name of one of these just to keep it straight. Orc 1. Orc 2. That way, we know which ones we're doing.
Why did you do the
Okay.
bartender?
All right. So at the top of the order is Orc 1, who's going to run up to Rev and go swing.
You thought.
So let's me get D&D Beyond. Why is my cap lock on? There we go. He is going to swing with a great axe at you. And that is going to be a natural 2 plus something, so it's going to miss.
Hmm.
And then for its bonus action, it's just going to try shoving you and knocking you prone. That is a 15. Does 15 hit you?
15 does not hit.
Okay. It goes to give you a shove, and you kind of raise your shield and blocks him.
Is
Up
shove an
next,
attack roll or is it a contest?
it is an attack roll,
Nice.
unarmed attack.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Bill, you are up next. What are you gonna do?
No! Seeing that he just ran out. Seeing that Rev ran out, he's gonna, let's see, how far can he go? Oh, he can make it.
I need to know, did you yell?
No. Kind of
You
like
did
an
not.
under my breath, like, "Ugh!"
Oh.
And then run out, and with
Right.
my shiny, unbloodied halberd,
Get it bloodied.
about to
Get it bloody, mate.
swang,
Go
baby.
on, mate. Get it bloody then. Go on, do the thing.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby. I love it. That hits.
Let's swing. Oh, that's really disappointing. I'm gonna use the extra thingy.
The bottom, the two-hand, the second attack.
Yeah, what was that?
Bottom of the weapon. The polearm master, where he's like pat pat.
Right.
Yeah, what is that? Is that pole strike? I think yeah, that is pole strike.
Yes.
Yeah, it's another attack roll for
Mhm.
that misses.
Yeah, that's all right.
Hold on.
Good hit, minimal damage.
Oh, that's what it is. Halberds technically have cleave attacks. I was trying to remember what your special thing was for halberds. Okay. So you
But I can
did-
use the other end of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
okay.
can.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's how I do it right here. You took 5 points damage. Okay. Next up is Pickled Pete.
We're just at like a typical shed, right? So this window would be your typical window. What is this
Correct.
window?
Correct.
Is it
That
one that
is-
can be opened?
No, that is actually a door.
What I'm standing next to is a door?
Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. Look at the
Yes, that is a
yeah.
door.
Okay, I'm gonna try and open this door.
Okay, it is locked.
I'm going to pick the lock.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check.
Slide- okay.
Do it quick.
That is an action. That'll be
Not
your
only is that door open, it's flung open.
Yep.
All right.
You
Silently.
open the door, and that is your action. You can move, but
Mhm.
and take a bonus action. That's it.
Yep. I am going to open the door and take a step in. Is there anything in here? Anybody?
It's 10 orcs.
That's why I'm opening this door. Okay. I really don't like how it's still hidden because Aaron's click, 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 putting orcs around.
Ta-da!
Just populating it.
Okay.
It is just a workshop.
It was loading like an
am-
old
I am going
Internet
to
Explorer page.
right. I am going to continue on into this house and make sure. And I'm going to investigate the rest of this workshop. Nobody's in here.
It does not look like there's anyone else in there.
Okay, then I'm going to make my way. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going to the next door and try and open that. I'm trying to get a flank.
Okay, that one is open.
All right. And I'm going to hide behind this door, knowing that. Yeah.
The next door,
I
if
end
you
my
tried
turn.
to, you end it there. The next door is locked.
Next door is locked. Okay.
Okay. Rev, your turn.
Whoa! How about just a regular old attack?
Go for Wapap.
Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Got him.
He ain't got no armor.
5
Ooh, I know how
damage.
that feels.
All right.
Um,
As a free action, make a perception check on this guy. That's
for free?
for
For
free.
free.
I perceive.
This guy looks somewhat familiar.
Hmm.
You don't know him specifically, but he's got a vibe to him that matches a type that you know.
Is he an
Interesting.
X?
No.
Oh.
No. He is clan adjacent. I would put it at this point.
That's right.
Mhm.
I'm gonna do a shield master shove.
Okay. Describe for me what that does. Is that an attack roll?
It says you can use a bonus action to try to shove a creature within 5 feet of
Oh,
you with
yeah.
your shield.
Okay. Yep. Cool.
So is
Cool.
that what is that? Do I roll for that?
I see. Let me look up the trait specifically. That's Shield Master. Bonus action shove. Oh, I see. So it is actually a contested roll, not a not an attack roll. So I had it wrong on my turn, which is fine. So for you, it is a contested strength, athletics, or dexterity acrobatics check of you versus the creature you're trying to shove. And if you win the contest, you can either knock the target prone or push it 5 feet away from you. So go ahead and roll your athletics or in acrobatics, whatever's better. I'm going to just do that. That is going to be you win. So I rolled a 9. What would you like to do? Would you like to knock him prone, or would you like to push him away?
Prone would be ideal, if you don't mind.
Okay, he is prone.
Oh! I think that's all I want to do today.
Yellow indicating prone. Okay. Then it is okay. Okay, it's their turn. Then it is Dwight's turn.
Right. Dwight is going to run up to battle with Orc 1 there, with sickle drawn, and he is going to attempt to attack Orc 1.
All right, you guys are getting to it.
Nat 20, baby.
I think that hits.
Let's go.
It was technically at advantage because he's prone, but it didn't matter. So.
Oh no!
Can I add a d6? Can I use my inspiration dice?
Not to damage.
Not to damage? Okay, all right.
What's up,
I'll save
brother?
it.
What's up, brother?
You need something better than a sickle if you're gonna do melee damage. I'm just telling you that right now. Friend to friend here.
Oof.
Okay. That's it for your turn? You don't have bonus actions, right?
Let me just double check.
I mean, unless you wanted to go bestial wrath on this.
Going ghost.
Not at this juncture. I end my turn.
Okay.
I
Next
summon
up
Pot of Greed.
is going to be this orc who's going to rush around and attack you, Bill.
Me?
Yes. He's going to attack you. Ooh, that's good. That is a 23 hits.
Just barely.
Yeah.
It goes to the runner.
It does. doesn't
Yeah. He didn't crit, did he?
He is going to do 14 points of slashing damage as he takes his great axe overhead and brings it down with two hands right onto your shoulder. And it kind of clenches into your muscle, into that joint.
My muscle.
Ouchies. He's
Uh,
going to then use his bonus action to shove you. Make an athletics check or acrobatics, your choice.
An athletics check.
Yeah, skill check. Yep, athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. Did that just roll the one? Hold on, I gotta roll
it
another
did just
one.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Are you? You don't know. I rolled a 17, so you are knocked prone.
I'm knocked prone, and I took how many points of damage?
You took 14 points of damage, and you're knocked prone.
My balance.
Get messed, old man. All right, top of the order is the orc, who is going to swing on Matt since Matt did the most damage to him. Oh wait, no, he gets up. He gets up with his movement.
Everybody,
uses half
quick,
of his
like and
movement to stand
subscribe
up.
to keep Bill alive.
So he stands up. I guess, Rev, you did knock him prone with your shield, so he's going to take that soft taunt and swing on you. That's only a 10, though, so I don't think that hits you.
Nope.
He's going to try shoving you again. That is a natural 20. So you have to beat a 20 with your acrobatics or athletics.
Got him.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. That's a good roll.
Wow.
Nice.
Good job.
We
you
rolling
put that shield up,
hot.
you take the foot right to the
Dunk.
chest, and he kind of roars at you. And he's just kind of standing there, I guess. Nothing else he can do. Next is going to be Senior Bill.
Wait. Oh yeah, yeah. He beat me. Okay.
You
you're
can stand up for half your movement.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you do that. You are now standing.
And yeah, we're gonna. Is this Hold on. Is this boy prone?
No, nope. Everyone's standing.
Everybody's standing. Well, I'm gonna swing at this one. I take that back. I'm gonna swing at the one that knocked me over.
Yeah. Okay.
Orc 2.
Swing at Orc 2 then.
As he was nicknamed in high school.
You technically, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna cleave. Don't worry.
You can cleave.
I'm going to cleave. I just want to direct the primary damage to
primary.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course. Thank you for declaring it in that way.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I think it's reduced damage beyond one target, right?
Yeah. I read it.
And then cleave once per turn. If you hit a creature with a melee attack using a halberd, you can make another melee attack with it against a second creature within 5 feet of the first that's within your reach. On a hit, the second creature takes the halberd damage, but without your ability modifier, unless the modifier is
just
negative.
nice. Yep. Got it. Yep.
Okay, so this one goes for the primary target.
All right, so it was a 16, and that does hit. So
Oh, I need
5
to.
damage.
Yeah,
5
5 to the
damage
primary.
to him. Yep.
And then the
And-
cleave damage.
Yep.
So this will just be -4. Man, okay, yeah, so 9.
So 9. Yeah. Oof. That's a good cleave. Somehow
That's a
you
good
did more
swing.
damage on the follow through, and that
It's
kid.
stuck.
That's why you always have follow through.
Always follow through.
Oh wait,
Especially in your shots.
I also on the primary orc, since I hit, I want to use my my pole strike
Bonus action for Bop.
Ooh.
for an extra whap.
Big paps. That hits. Man, he went pop, pop, pop.
Yeah, man, I'm getting all.
Nice.
I got some finesse with this thing.
Nice.
He out here feeling himself.
Oh,
That was
Rook's
a
in
big
chat.
chunk That was a big round for Bill.
Or Broomy's in chat. Actually,
Bill,
Broomy's
Bill,
in chat.
Bill.
Bill,
All right.
the science guy.
Pickled Pete, it's your turn.
I'm gonna open this door.
All right, roll sleight of hand.
Oh, I should have been ready for that. I knew that was what I was gonna do the whole time.
The door stays locked.
I would like to use my bonus action to try and open it.
That's not how that works.
It's what technically my opening thing is. It's a bonus action.
It's an action to pick a lock. I'm.
Can I kick the door
You know
down
what?
then?
You know what? It is locked, but it's locked from the inside. You can come out through it. You don't.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. It's locked from the inside. I can just unlock it.
Yeah, you just unlock it. You don't have to.
Okay, and then why didn't we think of that? I would like to go up to Orc.
I wanted to waste your action economy. That's really all.
You're right. But I can now bonus action and
You can action. You didn't have to.
Oh,
waste an
okay.
action.
Okay, well then I would like to
Stab.
smack. I would like to smack. Yes.
You would like to stab.
Pierce. Yes.
Oh, Natsu.
Oh.
Narp.
Wait, but people are there, so I get advantage.
No.
Wait. Yeah.
No.
What? Wait a minute.
Nope. There's no flanking in 2024 because they put it on the weapon. You would get sneak attack because
You're
there's
right.
people around you. But you do
Okay.
not get
Well, then
advantage.
I'm gonna swing my offhand now.
Okay,
There.
that does hit.
That is my offhand. Here's my offhand damage
And
and sneak. Cool. There we go.
you kill him.
Cool.
What Bill started, you finished.
Neat.
Next
Get off the
up
desk, cat.
is
Cat. You're next. You're
Rev,
next.
your turn.
Dwight turns into cat.
I cast BAP.
Go on and roll for BAP.
15 to BAP.
15 BAP hits.
7
BAP.
damage.
7 BAP damage.
Forcefully bap your pass him.
Forcefully. I'm gonna. He's still standing.
Yep.
I'm gonna take a War Priest bonus action and do it again.
Whap.
I cast
Firmly
BAP.
bap it.
Man, you do firmly BAP it.
He's been bapped.
Firmly bop.
Baptized by the BAP.
Baptized.
You
Baptized.
guys, you kill him.
Gah!
Go BAP to see your maker. All right. That ends your turn.
Nobody would click on that if that was the episode title. Baptized.
All right.
Click on it, but I click
then,
on a lot of stuff.
Dwight, it's your turn.
All right. Wait.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Where are they?
They're invisible.
I swing my scythe wildly.
Just in
They
like
open
a
Yeah.
Would you like to move or do
helicopter
anything?
scythe.
Oh, sorry, that's you, Rev. I'm trying to move the map.
Don't touch.
I would like to advance toward Pickled Pete. Caution.
Goes towards Pickled Pete. Okay. All right.
Are we still in combat?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How does perception work in combat? Am I able to try to perceive?
You can use an action to perceive. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. I'll use an action to perceive the nearest, well, I guess whatever's around me, or the nearest orcs, if I can.
Well, roll a
Detect 'em.
perception check, and I'll tell you what you perceive with your special ears. Do you perceive before you move or after you move?
After.
Okay. you don't hear anything from where you're standing.
With them
How
big
much
ol'
movement do I have
ears.
left?
There's a lot happening around you. I mean, Bill and Rev just got done whapping people, and Pete's. I mean, with your role, you're not necessarily
Dylan.
picking anything else above that.
I would like to, I guess, advance toward. How do you ping?
It's you click the one that looks like a,
point ping.
Yep, and then you
Yeah,
gotta
totally.
click the. Right
So
now, it's
that's
got
about as far as you can get.
Okay, yeah, that's where I wanted to go. That
Cool.
saves me the ping.
All right, then it is to the top, which is Bill.
Bill.
That was exhilarating. Now, where are they? Is this building is this
Yeah, I see the
building?
building.
Yeah, is
that
this
is a
like,
workshop.
it's enclosed, so
barn.
like there's a wall right here.
It's 4 walls.
Okay. Bill will go over there and peek inside. Oh, that's a door,
Door's
isn't it?
right.
I'll open that
Yeah,
door.
It's locked.
I will kick the door open.
Make an attack roll.
I will attack it.
Attack the door. Unarmed strike.
I hit
He's
the
attacking
door.
it with his halberd.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What's the attack damage?
Max.
You obliterate the door. My God, it never stood a
Explodes
chance.
it.
You have destroyed this door. Poor door.
One does not simply walk into Pordor.
It is completely sorry. I forgot to erase the rest of that room.
I was gonna say, I'm like, what's hiding behind this one? By the way, I was in there.
That's just a storage shed. That's your turn.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Yep,
minute.
that's
Is
it.
there another door in that one?
There is.
Okay, it's still hiding behind the schmutz.
The schmutz.
Yep. Okay.
And
I didn't know there was one. Okay.
sorry. There. Is that better for you?
Thank you. Yeah, it was way better for me. Was it good for you?
All right. And after Bill's turn, it is Pete's turn.
I'm gonna go back into that workshop. Cause did I see the door the first time I walked through?
You kind of rushed on through. Probably didn't really pay much mind to it.
Well, I'm gonna go in with the idea that I'm gonna steal something from here, and then
Okay.
maybe stumble upon this door. Wink, wink.
Oh. Remember Stumble Upon?
Oh, that's some old internet.
You can get to
Simpler
about
Um,
here.
Get to about there. I can't go any farther.
Not with your regular movement. You were
You're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's
All
even
right,
a
well
stretch.
then
Probably should
I
have
would like.
right here.
Okay, well then I would like to.
If you want me to count the
use-
tiles, I'll count the tiles.
No, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I would like to use my dash to get a little bit farther.
Okay.
And
Get
now I
over
would
there.
like to use my bonus action of fast hands to. Well, is it? I'd like to try and open the door.
It's open. So it's a door. It's just open.
Oh, okay. Then I would like to open the door.
It opens.
I would like to peek inside. Is there anything in here?
Hello?
Hello?
I'm not gonna say anything. Not gonna say anything. I'm just peeking.
It's
Anything
just
in here?
beds. It's just beds. It's a servant's
It's-
quarters.
Peepin'
Bed.
Pete?
Nothing in here though. Nothing. Nobody. Nothing like that.
Give me
No
a second to get the
prisoners?
eraser tool. My
No,
goodness.
not at all.
I
want it ready.
It's a spare bedroom.
Okay. Is that a chest right there? I don't know how much
Nope,
more I've got in my
That
turn.
is. That is. It looks like a foot locker
It's a
in
mimic.
this stock
Spoilers.
stock map that I didn't create myself. Looks like they did put a foot locker there. Yeah.
Okay. Is it Is it in your map? Is it in your?
Sure.
I'd like to try and open it.
It's locked.
I'd like to use my bonus action to pick the lock.
Roll a lock picking check.
I cannot wait for Aaron to tell me it's empty.
I'm killing you with a mimic.
It's a mimic.
It's
Worse.
a mimic.
You unlock it, it's a mimic.
You pick it, it flops open. There's not a thing inside.
Yeah, I knew it. All right, cool. I'm in my turn.
There you go.
You should have
Joke's
put a
on
pair
you.
of socks in there or something.
That's not the mimic in that room. Anyway.
Oh,
Next up is Rev's
Maybe
turn.
that's not the worm.
Rev, it's your turn.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna check the well.
Okay, make a perception check.
Is there anything in the well?
that's the mimic.
I'm gonna start checking under
there
my
is-
dang shoes.
There is water in the well. Congratulations.
Why
Timmy,
are we
little
still in
Timmy,
why are we still in combat? It's like in World of Warcraft when you like run away from a thing or you kill a thing and you just don't leave combat. You
that
can't
your
We
turn?
mount.
all just have
The music is
crippling
still
anxiety.
playing.
Is
Yeah,
that
the
your turn,
music
Rev?
is still playing. Why is the music still playing?
Why is boss
Um,
music still on?
I'm gonna drink some water.
You use your action to pull the bucket up. Got it.
Thanks.
Okay.
That's all I needed to do. I just want to make sure there wasn't any baddies in there.
Oh,
Thirsty.
yeah. Thirsty baddies. Nope. No baddies.
That's something
Thirsty
different.
Tuesday.
This orc is gonna attack you as it rushes around down the alleyway, Bill.
From
From
where?
where? We were in
Chuck
that
Bill
alleyway.
with the chair. Yeah, but he came from the front of the house. you dingus.
he comes out of nowhere with a steel chair.
That's a 15 to hit.
He's just that hits.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It's Orc 3 with a steel chair. Just
God,
the name
that's Orc 3's music.
That's the name of the episode. It's orc
Yes.
3 with
Da,
the
da,
steel
da,
chair.
da.
All right, that is 14 points of damage.
My goodness.
Ouch.
And
Man.
he's going to
I can take that one more time.
he's going to try to knock you prone.
I
Make
wish
an
he
athletics
would.
check.
I wish he would.
He's gonna try.
What do I get to contest it with? Athletics check.
Athletics or acrobatics? Yep.
Ooh,
You
hold on.
succeed.
Where did this one come from? I was typing notes. I missed it.
It
Just
got him
came-
friggin' nowhere.
He came out the back alley, and when Bill went to beat the shit out of that door, if he would have just turned around, he would have seen the orc coming. But he said, "I want to go beat the shit out of this door." And I said, okay.
I gotta know what's in it.
He got to see what's in it. and
What's
I
in the
get to see
door?
What's coming?
This is the
It's
find out
Orc
portion
3
of
with
the
a
episode.
steel chair.
Find out.
All right, Dwight, you're up. You see off in the distance. And again, if Dwight would have perceived before he left, he would have heard the orc.
Dwight
So,
with his
I
heckin' ears.
I asked.
We got unlucky.
questions. It's just how you do things, people. Anyway, Dwight, it's your turn.
I'm gonna. So I'd be able to see this from a distance and hear it, right?
Yeah, you can see it now. Bill went,
gonna-
"Ow!"
Yeah, Bill feels bad.
How does it feel, huh?
Bill's
Huh?
at like let's
Bill's
get a
bloodied.
percentage out of that.
Bill's bloodied.
Feels
Yeah,
ouch.
Bill's at about 36.3636, repeating of course percent.
Repeating, of course. God damn it.
I'll beat you to
Dwight,
it.
what are you doing for the love of God?
I'm gonna run up and get as close as I can to Orc 3. To the left though.
4, 5, 6.
What's this box structure?
It's kind of a wash house, maybe.
The Oot
Kinda
Hoos.
looks like-
So I can't
looks
see
like a-
over it.
Kind of looks like an Ooze. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope, that's it. That's as far as you can get.
Yeah,
Unless
it
you
kind of
want-
does look like
Okay.
a shooter.
I think it's an Ooze.
I am going to. It would be in the way of any kind of poison spray. I'm
You
gonna.
know what? Just live your life.
Well, I don't think he's doing too well, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. No, wait.
He
Instead of
rushes
that,
over and like, oh no. Well, not much I can do here.
yeah, instead of that, because I don't want to get him caught in the crossfire, but I can do other things. I am going to
Do your
Light a fire
things.
under his ass.
use healing
Bonfire!
word on Bill.
Bonfire.
Yeah. Bill, stand back. Bonfire.
I like
Alright,
how
you
you turned your non-combat ability into a combat ability.
Like the staple.
Day one.
I'm gonna cast bonfire on it. What?
What? Well, I don't see in the rules that you can't, so
That's true. All right. What are you
that's
doing?
why rules exist or laws exist.
I'm using a healing word on Bill.
Okay.
Oh, you
Roll
can
your
do
healing.
that?
Less
Don't.
ways. Yes, I can.
You shouldn't have admitted to that.
You know healing word?
Oh yeah.
All right. Do your healing so we can move on.
Take it or leave it.
Perfect.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or leave
That's
it.
what you do.
Here's a thin napkin.
Clean yourself
Wipe
up.
that blood off. You look ridiculous.
I guess getting some of this dried blood off allows room for the rest of my wet blood.
So that is a bonus action. Would you like to use an action to cast another spell of any sort?
Oh, I didn't know it was a bonus action.
It says it in the description of the spell.
Oh, no way. I am going to. You know what? I'm really tempted to use bonfire. Can I aim it behind the orc a little bit so that Bill
of
wouldn't
course.
get.
Of course you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast bonfire on the orc.
Yeah, of course you will. It's a staple at this point. Any creature in the bonfire space when you cast a spell must make a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 BS damage. Okay.
It says Dex 13.
That is an 11. Roll your fire damage.
You
Oh
fire.
yeah.
You fire.
7. My god. Hold on, I think I have something for this.
Yes.
You have a sticker.
Oh,
Fire
bonfire.
Yay.
Excellent.
Okay.
Just a fire
Now it
emoji.
is Bill's turn.
All right. Well, he's swanging. He doesn't like
Go on
getting
and swing
jumped
then.
out of nowhere.
I wouldn't either. Who would? That hits.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
Oh my-
almost max damage.
Almost.
Oh, and he's gonna go for that pole strike. You know he's swinging again. Ooh, that's not good.
That misses. You'll get nothing and like it. All right. Pete, your turn.
Something just doesn't sit right with me about there being a bedroom in a workshop. So I can kind of hear there's some commotion outside, but not a lot, I'm assuming. I'd like to investigate.
What?
Is there any like hit trap doors or anything like that?
In
Anything
the
under
room
the
you're in?
beds?
Roll an
Yeah,
investigation check.
Anything under the beds? Anything like that?
Pete's never heard of a servant's quarters before, I see.
It's just weird. It's weird for this to be here. in the
It's like finding a
workshop.
bunk bed in a bell tire.
Yeah, it's just weird.
What? What?
Exactly.
Are they
That's the
sleeping
proper.
here?
I get it.
Yeah,
Anything in here?
You take a look around and you don't see anything out of the ordinary. In fact, it
All
doesn't
right,
even
then
look like the beds are really slept in.
Heard. Then I'm gonna walk out that door.
Make it there.
I'm gonna dash out that door. And I'm gonna turn around and make sure I didn't get something behind me. Nothing behind me. Nothing coming
Nope.
from this way.
Nope.
All right. So as far as I can get to the guys without getting there, and I think that's as far as I can.
Without getting your eyes
use
wet.
My action. Well, I used my action for dash. I don't.
Use your action for investigation.
Oh, and then my bonus action for dash. I can't do anything else, so I'm just right here.
That is it. That's your turn.
Yep.
Then it is Rev. You are currently drinking from a bucket. What would you like to do?
I was thirsty and there was nobody in sight. Rev is gonna cast Toll the Dead on orc number 3.
Poor Orc 3.
That's a wisdom saving throw.
That's not gonna win. That's a 4.
There's a catch here because Aaron said he wanted to kill us. Something's coming.
It was Orc 3. He thought that steel chair was going to do more to Bill.
All right. As a gong sound, does that? I want to look up something.
Nope, that's DMCA-able. You can't do it.
Do 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 do. Gong.
My God, that's Dan
Gong.
Campbell's music.
The Undertaker.
Motown, it's third down.
Motown.
Huge third down.
You point at one creature you see within range, and a single chime of a Dolores bell is audible for within 10 feet of that creature. So
Gives it
you
a
do quite
wicked
literally
headache.
Make it. Doom. Let me see here. Make an Arcana check for me.
An Arcana check. How fun.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
I'm not very smart.
Magic check. Okay.
I'm a cleric that doesn't do well with Arcana.
Yep. That happens. Roll your damage. Oh, you did your damage. 7. Yes, you kill him. And as the chime rings out, he
Garrett
falls
stands
to
up.
dead, falls to the ground, holding his head. Now that was a pretty loud chime. Whether or not that broke your stealth into the next room or not is something we'll find out next time on House of Dargons.
Next time on House of Dargons. Boy, oh boy, we did some killing. That was fun. Today was a fun episode.
I love combat.
I do like combat. I like the role play. I like swinging at things too. Especially, we were rolling pretty hot tonight.
How's it feel with that new halberd? Does it feel better?
Ooh, I can feel how shiny and premium that thing is.
You can feel all of the +1.
I can feel that +1, baby. Well, everybody, thank you for joining for episode. What is today? Today's 14.
14.
Thank you for joining for episode 14 of House of Dargons. We record new episodes every Tuesday on Twitch and YouTube at 8:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can check out the VODs on the YouTube channel. That's where they stay long term because I guess Twitch doesn't like to hold on to them for very long. But if you're on Twitch, follow for more. Follow for the next episode. If you're on YouTube, hit the like on the old stream for engagement and subscribe so that you don't miss next week's episode. But until then, thank you for joining, and we will see you again next time on NerdHaus. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Farewell, everybody. Fun night.